The disease to please is quietly breaking you. You're the person everyone can count on, the reliable colleague, the supportive friend, the partner who's always there. You say yes with a smile, but inside you're screaming. You feel drained, resentful, trapped by everything you think you have to do. What if I told you that this disease to please, the very thing you've been praised for, is quietly breaking you? Let's be honest. When was the last time you said yes when your entire body was screaming no? If you have to think about it, this is for you. Today, we're going to diagnose the problem, understand the damage, and I'll give you a 5-step plan to cure it. We're going to break the cycle, and I'll show you how to finally say no without guilt, without fear, and without blowing up your relationships. How does people-pleasing take root? The anatomy of a people-pleaser. What is the disease to please? On the surface, it sounds nice. Who doesn't want to be helpful? But it becomes a disease when it's no longer a choice. It becomes a compulsion. It's when you automatically put everyone else's needs above your own, at a huge personal cost. It's an addiction to approval, where your self-worth is tied to what others think. This isn't a conscious decision. For many of us, it's a survival skill learned in childhood. Maybe you learned that being agreeable was the best way to avoid conflict. Or maybe you were praised for being the good one, the one who never caused trouble. That praise taught a dangerous lesson. Helpfulness equals love. Disagreement risks rejection. That fear of being disliked, called selfish, or letting someone down, becomes an invisible fence. Sound familiar? You're at work, drowning in your own to-do list. A coworker asks for help. You want to say no, but the words get stuck. And you hear yourself saying, "Of course I can help." Or your friends want to go out, but you're exhausted. You go anyway, fearing they'll call you a flake, or you'll miss out. You agree with things you don't believe just to keep the peace. It's a constant, exhausting performance. Section 2. The high cost of saying yes. This constant self-betrayal has a high price. It doesn't just make you tired. It eats away at your sense of self. First, you build resentment. Every reluctant yes is a piece of your time and energy you'll never get back. Over time, you feel taken advantage of, unappreciated. That suppressed anger festers. It leaks out as sarcasm, passive aggression, bitterness toward the very people you're trying to please. The relationships you're trying to protect, they start to feel fake, cracking under the weight of everything left unsaid. Second, you lose your identity. When you focus entirely on others' needs, you lose touch with your own. What do you want? What are your goals? The answers become fuzzy. You become a chameleon, changing for everyone else, until you no longer recognize yourself. You've edited yourself out of your own life. Third, you burn out. The stress of managing everyone else's emotions while swallowing your own leads to exhaustion. Not just physical, but emotional, mental, and spiritual. It's a deep soul-level fatigue. People-pleasers run on empty, wondering why they feel like they're dying inside. I once worked with a woman named Sarah. Perfect employee, perfect daughter, perfect friend. She was praised for being selfless, but she battled chronic anxiety. Her life was a list of obligations to others. Her passions gathered dust, and she resented everyone for making her so busy. She had built her own prison, one yes at a time. Section 3. The cure. Mastering the art of no. How do we cure this disease? It starts with one word. No. Saying no isn't mean or selfish. It's strategic. It's powerful. It's an act of self-respect. But for many of us, it's terrifying. So here's a 5-step framework to help. Step 1. Acknowledge the request. Show the other person that you heard them. Say, "Thanks for thinking of me." Or, "I appreciate you asking." It sets a positive tone and makes it clear you're rejecting the task, not the person. Step 2. Express appreciation. Say, "I'm flattered you'd ask." Or, "It means a lot that you came to me." You're reinforcing the relationship, even as you set a boundary. Step 3. State your reason, briefly. This is the most important step. Be clear and direct, but don't over-explain. Long excuses sound like negotiation. Try, "I don't have the bandwidth right now." Or, "That doesn't work for me." That's a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone your life story. Step 4. Offer alternatives, optional. You're not caving, you're redirecting. Try, "I can't do it, but maybe Michael can help." Or, "I can't lead the project, but I can look over the draft." Still helpful, but on your terms. Step 5. Affirm your decision. This is where guilt shows up. You'll feel bad. You'll question yourself. Pushback might come. Repeat calmly, "I understand this is important, but my answer is still no." And remind yourself, My well-being matters. I am protecting my peace. Here's your challenge. This week, find one small, low-stakes opportunity to say no. Don't go to that event you're not excited about. Tell a friend you'll call them back later. Decline something that drains you. Start small. Build that boundary muscle. Go to the comments and share. Where do you struggle most with saying no? Work, family, or friends? Let's talk about it. Entering your villain era, although not quite. There's a term I love, your villain era. It doesn't mean becoming a bad person. It means you're willing to be the villain in someone else's story, so you can be the main character in your own. Every time you set a boundary, you're not being rude. You're being real. You're not being selfish. You're practicing self-respect. You're teaching people how to treat you. Here's the truth. The people who get angry when you set boundaries are the ones who benefited from you having none. If they leave, hold the door open. They were never your people. This journey takes self-compassion. You're unlearning years of conditioning. You will feel guilty. You will feel uncomfortable. And that's okay. That's the sound of your real self breaking through. The disease to please is quiet, but destructive. It steals your time, your voice, your joy, yourself. But now, you know what it looks like. You know what it costs. And you know how to start the cure. Acknowledge. Appreciate. State your reason. Offer an alternative. Affirm your decision. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a daily practice. A journey back to yourself. And it's the most important one you'll ever take. You are worthy of protecting your energy. It's time to stop pleasing and start living. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button. Subscribe to The Masked Storyteller for more reflections on confidence, boundaries, and becoming who you were always meant to be. And don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss what comes next.